Yes. Boo? I don't have, like, I don't have
Raise your hand if you want to.
What? Shut up. No, I don't have experience with boobs, guys. You know me. Shut up.
Silence for 10 minutes. You made it. Alright, who wants the next topic? To do boobs.
No, it's not boobs. Don't raise your hand.
So it's alright.
That was the last story.
Alright, fine.
I have another story.
Alright, so we get to take this week. Right, we're just going to take it.
We're going to take it all the
What do you guys want the next topic for Ben to be?
It's usually something like fire and ice. It's like a flashing.
Sounds like a word. I don't think so.
Craziest night.
Dick?
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. Pick one.
You think we were drunk?
No, I can't.
You think we were drunk?
Craziest night. I wish I could tell craziest night story. Dude, I would have to pick one.
No. Ben?
I want to know if
Make it like a metaphor or something.
Let her talk, guys. Let her talk.
It doesn't matter. Alright, I believe Anne's wrote that. Okay. And then, Deanna, do you have another poem? You don't.
Can I go?
No.
I just want to. Can I go?
No, I think I'm good. Alright, then next is Matt. Do you have another poem?
Oh, never mind. I left, so I don't know.
I'll go to order.
Can you stick me in somewhere? I've been there. Swaggy.
Late night TV.
I like.
At the end of the day, don't forget to empty your brain. Detoxicate every thought you've had. Remove anything beautiful. Dilute anything horrible. Empty it carefully. Leave no corner untouched. No sacred spot intact. Catalog everything away in dull filing cabinets and do not forget where you throw the keys. Play music. Sleep, no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're bored, sleep it off. Sleep off anger, passion, grief, joy, uncertainty, obstinacy. Let your dreams drain you of emotion, awake refreshed and shell-like. You do it anyway. Is being aware so depressing a thing? Sleep it away. You'll refill unrivaled. Be still. Why aren't you comfortable? Shift heavy limbs, tug blankets, stab at pillows with exhausted, frustrated arms. Swallow twice. Take a deep breath. Stifle a yawn, then realize no one is watching. Let your weight meld with mattress, let each muscle unclench hesitantly. Give up. Turn off the music. Count. Stop listening. Sleep. Is Matt, and then Antonio, and then what?
Hey, wait, what about me? Well, you're gay.
No, you don't. I mean, you go after. And then.
Only gay.
Hey, guys.
So, this one's called Rich. Like the name Richard, but short. You probably like that. Yeah? Alright, well, it's called Rich. I don't want to be a dick. I don't care if I'm a dick. I want to be a dick. I'm sorry for being a dick. I don't want to be a dick. That's it.
And then Evan. Evan, you're after Antonio.
Yeah, alright.
And then Dylan.
What was the time that you used this one?
You know, for the best. Jesus.
The one that
No. Don't. Stop.
Alright, I don't know.
What are you, eating?
Really good.
Shut up.
This thing is called Mood for a Day. I just want to know if you guys have ever heard that song.
What song? Mood?
Mood for a Day.
Oh yeah, by Mallory. By Mallory.
I once knew a guy who played it really well. I used to stare at the ceiling with my blankets almost over my head, and I would hear that beautiful melody play over and over. It would scare the aliens hiding at my window away and put me to sleep. I remember sitting in the passenger seat and learning a little more with every question. I used to ask so many questions, but not so much anymore, because you're not there to ask. You always used to call me your boy, and after that whole long ordeal, we hugged and we loved each other. I remember the last days, how we went to get pizza and then ice cream, and you know what I remember? I remember the way you acted when you were angry, and how just a few days ago I had an anger of the same likeness. I guess, despite you not wanting me to be very much like you, I really am. And maybe we can live forever. Come here, Antonio.
Jody, I love you, baby.
Evan, and then
Baby, come here.
Mallory. Yeah.
Come here.
Dylan, yeah.
You do too.
And then Dylan, and then Mallory, and then Allison.
See how you come first?
Yeah, what else? I don't know.
This one,
And then Allison.
I didn't write this, and it's only 2 lines long, but it really will pose a question in your mind forever.
Go on.
Hey, it's the bitter herb. What you know about birds?
Dylan, you're right. Dylan, and then Mallory, and then the two ladies. Dylan. Oh my God.
Is that still filming? Enjoying yourself? You did really well, Taylor. Ooh, I could rap. I could rap. Yo.
Nice job. Wait, you get in there. 2012 shit. 2012 shit, man. I am the winner.
I really should have wrote this in pen, because I'm having a hard time reading it. But, this is April 2nd. Who you are is purely what you want to be. Who you think you are, not what other people see. Just do as you will and set the bar. You are your own person, as we are. You may not do that, don't you dare to do this. When you're at bat, you better not miss. So many things we as a people are told. Just spread your wings, don't be afraid, but be bold. Sometimes this life presents us with problems, but through strife-filled lessons we learn to solve them. Failure, success, we have both in this mess. I, for one, refuse to turn out like the rest. Because let's face it, people aren't who you think, changing as quickly as my eyes when I blink. Even those who I may know quite well will soon turn around to put you through hell. You said, who's that? This isn't me. Well, just give it some time, let's wait and see. Smoke and mirrors, broken dreams, and empty beers. That's all it was when you came around here.
I'll let you finish.
Second movement. Thanks.
Second movement.
You always worried about being right. I'll admit it, you usually were those long nights. You always tried to tell me how I should be, but one day you'll need me, just wait and see. When you find your life to be out of whack, when you can't hold it back, when the walls are cracked, when you can't handle it all, give me a call, because holding it in will be your downfall.
Yeah. Dylan, sex man. Dylan, what? They called me. Dylan, Frederick called me.
Great.
Okay, I didn't write this, but this is by Andrea Gibson, and Shannon just read a poem by her. It's one of her like nicer, like softer poems, and I really suck at love poetry, like really badly. Like I only write about things, but so this is, I really like this one. It's my favorite by her. So there you go. I didn't write this. So.
Did you write it? No.
I didn't.
You wrote it, right? You think you wrote this one?
Alright. Sorry. I wish I was a photograph tucked into the corners of your wallet. I wish I was a photograph you carried like a future in your back pocket. I wish I was that face that you showed to strangers when they asked you where you come from. I wish I was that someone that you come from every time you get there. And when you get there, I wish I was that someone who got phone calls and postcards saying, I wish you were here. I wish you were here. Autumn is the hardest season. The leaves are falling, and they're falling like they're falling in love with the ground, and the trees are naked and lonely. And I keep trying to tell them new leaves will come around this spring, but you can't tell trees those things. Because they're like me, and they just stand there, and they don't listen. I wish you were here. I've been missing you like crazy. I've been hazy-eyed, staring at the bottom of my glass again, thinking of that time when it was so full it was like we were tapping the moon for moonshine, or sticking straws in the center of the earth and sipping like Icarus would forever kiss the bullets from our guns. I never meant to fire, you know. I know you never meant to fire, lover. I know we were never meant to hurt each other. Now the sky clicks from black to blue and dust looks like a bruise, and I've been wrapping one-night stands around my body like wedding bands, but none of them fit in the morning. They slip off my fingers and slip out the door, and all that lingers is the scent of you. I once swore if I threw that set into a wishing well, all the wishes in the world would come true. Do you remember? Do you remember the night I told you, I've never seen anything more perfect than that snow falling in the glow of a streetlight. Electricity bound to nature, mind bound to heartbeat. This is gonna hurt because I love you. I still love you. The moon like the moon loves the planet, they circle around. Like children love recess bells. I still hear the sound of you and think of playgrounds where outcasts who stutter beneath braces and bruises and acne are finally learning that their rich handsome bullies are never gonna be happy. I think I'm finally gonna be happy when I think of you. So wherever you are, I hope you're happy too. I really do. I hope the stars are kissing your cheeks tonight. I hope you finally found a way to quit smoking. I hope your lungs are open and breathing your life. And I hope there's a kite in your hand that's flying all the way up to Orion, and you still got 1,000 yards of string to let out. I hope you're smiling like God is pulling up the corners of your mouth, because I might be naked and lonely, shaking branches for bones, but I'm still time zones away from the person I was the first day before we met. And you were the first mile where my heart broke a sweat. And I wish you were here. I wish you'd never left. Mostly, I wish you well. I wish you my very, very best. Allison and her friend, I'm sorry.
No.
Sorry, it's Joseph Mallory. My favorite. And then it's around 5.
My favorite poem. That's a voice for boy. Oh wow.
I'll read first. Okay, well this isn't written by us, but by Anonymous. Is it written by you? No.
You guys wrote it, right?
So you wrote it.
It's not funny anymore.
Allison.
Okay. I always feel like the lights of my chair are going to break, and I'll fall endlessly, collapsing floors and ceilings under me.
And I'll break through the surface of the earth, but I won't stop falling. No, dirt and rock won't cause nearly enough friction. But eventually, it will come to an end, and the seat of the chair will have no more purpose.
I'll think of ways to get back up, but they're improbable. I'll choose to wait, as painful as that may be.
After me will fall the ceilings and the floorboards, and everything will fall into place. Fall into place.
It's fun. It's really good.
But I'm sure physics will prove me wrong, because I don't weigh that much. I'm up.
Can I go?
Yeah. Wait, Logan's going. Never mind.
As long as you win the sign.
Is it a Ballard song? No. Picture of us. Best friends. Is that still filming? Yeah. I have pretty much. I have the entire thing. Can you please my thing on, like, send it to me? Thanks. Do you mind if I take mine down and put it on my YouTube channel and short with this YouTube first? Thanks.
Wait, I want to do it
It's 30 minutes long and you don't watch.
It's by the Postal Service.
Oh, you'll probably know. You'll probably all know it. I don't really play it much though, so it's probably gonna be shady like the last one. You know, it's been.
Great job.
You wrote that?
Yeah, I wrote that. No, man, give it.
Yeah, you wrote that, right?
Yeah.
No, Seriously, who wrote that?
Postal Service.
So I'm up next.
You haven't heard that before?
New guys.
What is it gonna be? Alex, you're just talking. Are you still angry?
No, this is not by me. It's by Kristen. She's really cool.
I'm trying to get it out. I can't figure it out.
So, like I said, it's not mine. It sounds like me, I guess. So, like, I like it. I kind of like it.
God damn it, Thomas. I'm so sorry.
Definitely Jason and Kristen, not Allison and Julie. It's published. Okay, this is called Lit, or to the scientists whom I'm not speaking to anymore. Don't say you didn't see this coming, Jason. Don't say you didn't realize this would be my reaction, and that you never intended for me to get all worked up. Because if that were true, then you were dumber than Lenny from Mice and Men, blinder than Oedipus in Treat Day, but together put put together and can feel less than a Dalton Trumbo character. You put the Dick in Dickens and the Boo in Kowski and more cowardly than Noel. But you don't understand any of these references, do you, Jason? Because you don't read. You're a geology major, and you once told me that scientists don't read popular literature, Kristen. We have more important things to do. Well, fuck you. Be glad you don't read, Jason, because maybe you won't understand this as I scream it to you on your front lawn on Christmas Day, brandishing 3 hypodermic needles, a Gensu knife, and a letter of permission from Bret Easton Ellis. Jason, you're more absurd than Iosco. You're more abstract than Joyce, more inconsistent than Agatha Christie, and more satanic than Rushdie's verses. I can't believe I used to want to Sappho you, Jason. I used to want to Pablo Nerando you, and to Anus Nin and Henry Miller you. I used to want to be O for you, to blow for you in ways that even Odysseus' sails couldn't handle. But self-imposed illiteracy isn't a turn-on. You used to make fun of me for wanting to be a writer, saying scientists cure diseases. What do writers do? But of course you wouldn't understand, Jason. I mean, have you ever gotten an inner thirsting for Zara Neale Hurston, or heard Angel's Herald for you to read F. Scott Fitzgerald? Have you ever had a beat attack for Jack Krusak? The only Morrison you know is Jim, and you think you're the noble one? Go flap yourself. Your heart is so dark, even Joseph Conrad couldn't see it, and it is so buried under bullshit that even Poe's cops couldn't hear it. Your mind is so empty. Your mind is as empty as a library in Fahrenheit 451. Your mind is as empty as Silas Manor's coffers. Your mind is as empty as Huckleberry Finn's wallet. And some people might say that this poem is just a pretentious exercise and see how many literary references I can come up with. And some people might complain that this poem is, at its core, shallow, expressing the same emotion again and again and again. I mean, how many times can you articulate your contempt for Jason before the audience gets a little bored? But you know what, Jason? These people would be wrong, because this is not the poem I'm writing to express my hatred for you. This is the poem I am writing because we aren't speaking, and it is... I need new glasses, goddamn. And it is making my heart hurt so bad that sometimes I can't make it up off the floor. And this is a poem I am writing instead of writing the I miss having breakfast with you poem, instead of the let's walk dogs in our old churchyard again poem, instead of the how are you doing poem, instead of the I miss you poem, the I wish I was making fun of how much you like Garth Brooks while sitting in front of your parents' house in your Jeep poem, instead of the holidays are coming, and you know what that means, suicide poem.
Oh, no.
I'm writing this so I can stop writing the I could fall in love with you again so quickly if only you would say one more word to me poem. But I'm tired of loving you, Jason, because you don't love me right. And some pretentious ass poem can stop me from thinking about the way your laugh sounds, about the way your skin feels in the rain, about how I would rather be miserable with you than happy with anyone else. If some pretentious ass poem can do all that, then I am gone with the wind. I am on the road. I have flown over the fucking cuckoo's nest. I am gone. I am gone. I am gone. I am. So first it's up and then mouth.
Was that about Jason Weir?
Biology major. Dating a 40-year-old.
Okay, so I wasn't planning on reading any poems that I read last time, but I'm reading a poem that I read last time, Youthink.
And by reading, you mean reciting.
Yeah, because the poems that I read last time are the ones that I memorized. So this poem is entitled Remembering Forgetting. Freckles, sun kisses, sun damage. You look like your Facebook pictures, all blurry. Isn't it funny not having a face? Don't know what hurt you, but happy birthday anyway, and I'm not mad. I just want to hug you until you stop breathing. Please, go away. Come home. Right back. I'm drowning. I'm allergic to oxygen. I'm perfectly fine. And the funny thing happened at band camp last week. Help! I'm clinging to the pages of a calendar. So smooth, so fragile. I love the summer and long car rides.
So now and then, Beth, your boobies movement.
No, not even.
You've had a full time to think about it.
I literally thought of nothing about boobs.
You really think nothing about boobs? I think
No, I mean, I thought of nothing.
Well, Ben,
Oh, you must have.
which team are you pitching for?
You have seen boobs.
I know a story.
Tell us a story about that one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one time.
Oh. Oh, wait.
Tell a story about Swaggy. Where is he? Doug Cumber. Doug Cumber, yeah.
Okay, so I did write this next one, so let's go.
Finally.
And I read this at the poetry reading too, but I tried to work out some things, but yeah, we'll see how this goes. Okay. Circles know the difference between letting in and letting go. They burn the danger and sharp edges and have since removed the threat from the inside out. Whatever's in close has nothing to fear internally. Yet though lacking angles provides flexibility, is also known as vulnerability, since we've learned. There are no angles in oxygen bubbles that run through bloodstreams. There are no angles in bullets. There are no angles in ballooning mothers' bellies. In theory, they are safest, yet when they choose to let something go, it only takes something sharp.
Woo!